Do you ever get to that stage in your gaming where you think, yeah, I've got all the figures I need now, I've got all the terrain bits and pieces, yeah, everything's fine, don't need to buy anything for a while, and then you're out and about at some event perhaps or something similar, and you see something and you think, you know, I've got to have that. Yes, today on Dragon's Teeth, we're talking about impulse shopping. Hi, I'm Rob Poyton. Thanks for joining me today. I suspect there's not a gamer on the planet who has ever said, yeah, I've got enough figures and terrain and games now, I don't need anything else. It's much the same as in the music industry, you know, you always need that other pedal or amplifier. There they call it GAS, Gear Acquisition Syndrome. I think it applies to gamers as well. Anyway, I was out and about just recently at the Bedford Tabletop Expo. This is an annual event, of course, arranged by Robin of Hobby Hive and his team. 2-day event in Bedford, and it covers all aspects of tabletop gaming, role playing, wargaming. There's also the local model society there, railway model layouts, all sorts of stuff, lots of local authors as well. So an excellent event as always, and I did put a report up on it on the channel about a week or so ago, so go and have a look at that. That will give you an idea of the event, and it will also give you an idea of what I bought. Because yes, I have got pretty much everything I need at the moment, particularly for my fantasy skirmish game. That's been my main project over the last few months. That now has completed phase 1, so to speak. Now we're working on refining the rules and then getting those rules published. However, I did see on the stall next to me, as it happened, this, which I think you'll agree is a fantastic figure, and I thought, I'm not sure what I need it for, but I do know that I need it. So yes, I bought myself a Starspawn of Cthulhu. So this is manufactured by the chaps at XWC Miniatures. They have a whole range of Lovecraftian mythos figures, very finely detailed, very well researched, and they're also putting out some scenarios as well. I think they're under 5e rules, some great scenarios that you can use the figures for. And I'm pleased to say that after having a chat with them, they're going to be attending the Innsmouth Literary Festival, which is taking place in Bedford on September the 27th. That's a day celebrating weird fiction, Lovecraft and all adjacent areas. We've got authors there, we've got panels, we've got games going on, and of course we've got a big trade hall for all sorts of mythos merchandise. So I'll put the links for that down in the show notes below, and of course I'll also put a link to their website as well. Really nice figures. If you're into your Lovecraft gaming, then please do take a look. Anyway, I saw the Cthulhu and I had to get it, so let's have a closer look at that first. It's quite a large kit and comes in this sturdy box, and we've got a large base. There we go, XWC Miniatures on the back there, and it comes in a few parts. So there's the wings, very nice. Then we've got the main body, so we've got one arm already attached, and as you can see the wings just fit. We've got holes in the back there, they just fit in there, very nice fit. We've got the other arm, just fits onto the side here. I have to say, it looks like he's been working out, doesn't he? We've got the 2 legs, again they just fit very easily onto the torso there. And the crowning glory, of course, we've got a marvellous head. Look at that, some nice tentacles, excellent shape, something a little sort of avian about it, isn't it? I think that's the great thing with the mythos stuff, is there are quite detailed descriptions in the stories, despite what some people say about Lovecraft, but you do get free rein to exercise your imagination as well, whether you're sculpting or painting these things. So yeah, that's going to fit together very nicely. So what I'll do is film my assembly and painting of that. It's probably going to take a little while. I doubt I'm going to get all that done in one go. But basically I'll put it together. Doesn't look like it needs any filler or anything else. Very nicely detailed. Undercoat. Then I think for this one I'm going to get the airbrush out on that. I think we'll use the airbrush, maybe some nice purples and greens. We'll see how that works out. So that was my first impulse purchase. I had to get that. I had a good chat with the guys there. As I say, do check out their site and do come and see them at the ILF. But there were some other things on offer as well. First of all, I had a look round to the Bring and Buy and I found this. So it's a Tabletop Scenics, and it's an apartment block basically. This was well priced. This was just a tenner, so well worth getting. This is going to go along with my Dagon Hall model that you might have seen I made last year, and well, perhaps now I've got the Starspawn, what I'm going to be looking at doing is building Innsmouth. Or part of Innsmouth. I've already ordered up some other buildings, more about those soon. But this fits nicely along with my Esoteric Order of Dagon building. Actually, let me just get you that now as a reminder. So that's what I made last year. In fact, I think this was the library building from the same company, Tabletop Scenics, but I bought this one online. So size-wise and looks-wise, they'll fit very nicely together to go in Innsmouth Town Square. And there's two reasons for doing that. One is I'm going to use it for my Fantasy Skirmish game, of course. We've had the Haunted Graveyard setting. I thought it'd be nice to have another setting in Innsmouth. And also at ILF, one of the participation games is going to be set in Innsmouth. So probably using my new rules. So I want to get a nice setup of the town square and all those other buildings and bits and pieces. And I'm sure that Starspawn is going to be making an appearance at some point. And finally, because you can never have too many figures, I saw Biotech Industries had a store at the event as well. I bought some figures off of those last year. This year was no exception. And this is one of those things where it's more about, rather than going out and looking, oh, I need some Sassanids or I need some Prussian infantry or something. It's more about going out and seeing some figures that I think, that's a nice figure. That looks like an interesting character. If I get that, I can use that in one of my games. So Biotech has a great range of D&D figures, and here's what I bought from them. We've got some magic users there. One that looks to be perhaps like a halfling or something like that. We've got I'm not sure. We've got like a Medusa sort of snake woman figure. I really like that. There's a marshy setting that she's going to be useful for. There's a couple of, I think that look like elves, like an elf fighter perhaps, and that could be perhaps an elf thief or even some sort of magic user. And we have a guard type or adventurer figure there as well. So again, all very nicely done, all very reasonably priced. And of course I'll put the link up in the notes below. So there we go then. I think I was quite restrained given that there were a lot of traders there and I was there all day. I did have a trade stand myself selling my own books and also some old books and some comics and magazines, and I did okay. I did quite well. So to me, I was fully justified in splashing out on that lovely Starspawn. I say splashing out, I mean it was 18 quid. I think it's a very reasonable price for a figure of that size and quality. And the guy said they're actually working on a Dagon figure holding the pillar, which is going to be about this big. If they are bringing that to the ILF, it looks like I'll be dipping my hand into my wallet again. Alright, that's it for today then. Thanks for watching. Do let me know any goodies that you've bought recently, any interesting figures or rules or scenarios in particular. And as always, if you haven't already, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you soon.